College would like to welcome you to this live broadcast of Panther Athletics on the Northeast Sports Network.
And set up right in front, shot scored, they snuck it in on the short side. It gives Middlebury a 2-goal lead back. And now coming in over the line, right in front, score by Middlebury. Callum Foote back to pass. The pass is complete. Touchdown, Middlebury.
The Panthers come into the game with a 12-2 record, 2-2 in NESCAC play, including a home sweep a weekend ago past weekend over Wesleyan and Conn College to even the record in NESCAC play at 2-2. And the Badgers come in at 2-12 overall, 2-6 in the NAC, North Atlantic Conference. Their last time out, they did pick up a victory, defeating Green Mountain in overtime, 94-90. Kind of a small lineup in size and in numbers for Johnson State. Just 10 players in uniform tonight for head coach Tommy Verdell in his second season at Johnson State. Ron Adrian will start at guard, 6'1" senior guard. 6'4" senior forward Corey Chase will start up front along with number 11, 6'2" Mason Phillips, who's a sophomore. Also in the backcourt, Asim Khan, the 6'1" junior point guard for Johnson State. He's one of their captains, I believe. And as well as in the backcourt will be number 5'4" guard Greg Davis. Panthers will go with one change in the starting lineup. Matt Santamore will be out with an injury for this game. Suffered late in the game at Conn College, I believe an ankle injury. Jake Brown will start in the backcourt along with Connor Huff, and Dean Brierly, the senior, 6'5" senior, one of the captains of the Panthers, will get the nod up front, or get the nod in the backcourt. And up front will be Hunter Merriman and Dylan Sinnickson for the Panthers. Brown, Huff, Merriman, Sinnickson, and Brierly for Middlebury. So Brown, Merriman, and Sinnickson are the only three Panthers who have started all 15 games for Middlebury this year. 15th meeting between the two in-state rivals. Johnson State, 15 years last 10 years, I believe, they joined NCAA play, former member of the NAIA. And Middlebury has won all 14 previous meetings, including last year. Panthers won 96 up at Johnson. So zone defense for this much smaller Johnson State Badgers. And Panthers swinging around. Merriman now in the corner. Kind of vocal Johnson State defense. Sinnickson will try a three, no good. Rebound goes to Mason Phillips. Here come the Badgers the other way. Middlebury will be in a man-to-man to start it out. And here's Conn up top to Greg Davis. Greg Davis, the diminutive Greg Davis at 5'4". 9 on the shot clock. They go to Conn, who will drive baseline on Merriman, or try to drive baseline on Merriman. Shot off the backboard, rebound Sinnickson, and now Middlebury will run in transition. Merriman swings it to the corner three from Brierly. Dean knocks it down. Brierly with a three-pointer to start the game. Dean averaging off the bench 2 rebounds a game. One of the team's better free throw shooters as well. Also a very good outside shooter. Battled injuries a year ago and part of his sophomore year, and back for an exceptional, healthy and playing well, exceptional off the bench for Middlebury. Timeout called by Johnson State. Minute 30 into the game. Badgers a smidge late getting here for warm-ups with only 10 players dressed. The 20-minute warm-up was just enough for these guys. Discussing before the game with former head coach and athletic director Russ Riley about Some of the hour warm-ups for an hour and 20-minute game. You got to wonder on that. And Russ said that sometimes the warm-up is overrated, especially for a close trip. So anyway, it'll be Johnson State playing it in front of the Middlebury bench. 18 on the shot clock for the Badgers. And here's Ron Adrian up top. Adrian will drive on Sinnixon, or try to drive. He swings it to the corner. Turnover, who actually, not a turnover, tipped away by Huff. And it'll be Johnson State ball 3 on the shot clock for the Badgers. Referee Mark Ramoli over to the table. Officials are Dan Shepardson, Mark Ramoli, and Chuck Elias. There may be a few more seconds due on the shot clock. So it's 18:15 on the game clock, still 3 on the shot clock. And quickly off the catch, shot by Chase wide of the mark. Merriman with the rebound for Middlebury, and here come the Panthers right back. Johnson State still in the zone, matchup zone looks like. Actually man-to-man for the Badgers. Huff will try it top of the key, good. Long two-pointer for Connor Huff. Panthers now off to a 2 for 3 against Johnson State. Here's Kahn, far side for the Badgers. Adrian will try a 3, got it. Ron Adrian gets the Badgers on the board, 3-point field goal. Adrian, their best 3-point shooter, or most active, 22 for 72 on the season, 23 for 73, around 32%. They kick it to Jake Brown, far side, inside to Sinnixon, and Dylan off the window and in from Jake Brown on the assist. Panthers lead it by 4, 7-3. Middlebury started slow against Wesleyan and also against Con. Much sharper from the floor to start today. 3 of their first 4, or excuse me, 3 of their first 4 shots they made. Far side Davis up top to Asim Khan. Khan, their team's leading scorer, averaging just over 13 points a game. And fouls on Sinnixon down low, his first, team's first for both teams. Also part of the Middlebury kind of medical report, so to speak. Chris Churchill's been not dressed due to an injury the last few games. Senior backup front court player. He is in uniform, ready to play tonight. Dribble drive by Adrian to the left, no good. Offensive rebound by Phillips, but he ran out of room, could not get the ball in. Turnover goes to Middlebury. Here's Brown up top for the Panthers. Kind of matchup zone now that it is a 1-2-2 zone now for Johnson. Greg Davis at the top. Huff will try a 3, no good. Long rebound. Brierly tried to tip it out, but picking it up as Corey Chase on the run. Kahn saves it, but Phillips cannot hang on to the pass. And it'll be Middlebury basketball. Get 2 Badgers, Vermont State School, 2 Badgers from the state of Vermont, including Corey Chase, number 4 starter, and also off the bench, number 12, Wyatt LaRose. Chase out of Milton, Vermont, Milton High School, and Wyatt LaRose out of Enosburg Falls and played at Enosburg High School. Turnover as Sinnixon could not make the catch, and here's Davis in the forecourt in transition for the Badgers. Panthers lone Vermonter Matt Santamore not in action, but all 3 of the players from the west corner of Vermont. Franklin County for 2 of them, a traveling violation here. I'm sure that the 3 of them butted heads along the way, particularly Enosburg in Franklin County, probably about 10 miles away from Swanton, Vermont, Missisquoi Valley Union High School. So I'm sure there's been some battles all the way through for Wyatt LaRose and Matt Santamore. Same age as Merriman knocks down the 3, and the Panthers lead it by 7. Merriman now with 5 points. His first tray of the game. He and Brierley have knocked down 3-pointers. I think probably it was just the bucket of the game for Merriman. Dylan Sinnixon with the bucket for 2. They kick it to Brown. He tries a 3 in the corner, kind of knuckleball. Merriman with the rebound, and here come the Panthers on the run. Sinnixon, high post. Dillon turns around, shot no good. And the rebound blocking out was Corey Chase. And Brierley picks up a foul on the way by, his first, team's second. Substitutions for Middlebury. Nick Tarantino into the contest for the Panthers, number 31. Also Brian Jones, number 2. Jones coming off a big game, big burst off the bench. Big game at the Con College win at 11 points in just 9 minutes off the bench for the Panthers. Career high 11 points for the sophomore out of Shelton, Connecticut. 3-point bid by Johnson, rebounded Tarantino. Tarantino also had a career high over the weekend in the win over Wesleyan as Sinnixon into the hole gets the miss. Sealing the rebound is Kahn as Tarantino tried to tip it. Kahn quickly in transition, and he's fouled by Jake Brown, I believe, on the way through. I beg your pardon, on Brian Jones. It was Jake Brown helping him up after Kahn had fallen. Matt Daly checks in for Middlebury. Dylan Sinnixon has a seat. Panthers' 3rd game in 5 days, so Coach Jeff Brown will probably substitute freely. He has that luxury, unlike Tommy Verdell of Johnson, with just 10 players on the roster. So it's Brown, Merriman, Tarantino, Daly, and Brian Jones for the Panthers. One tipped away by Chase. Original starters still on the floor for the Badgers: Adrian, Chase, Davis, Mason Phillips, and Asim Khan. Middlebury has the bye week this week in conference play. The other teams will be just playing 1 game, but they're playing their travel partner weekend, so to speak. Middlebury, the swing team for the last time for a while this year. Jones tries a 3, no good. Tarantino skies in for the rebound. Clears it to a cutting Hunter Merriman, and Merriman lays it off the window and in. Nick Tarantino, nice feed there. Gets the assist. Panthers lead it by 9. So the Panthers playing the 3rd game of a 5-game homestand after playing just 3 games at home in their first 12. 3-pointer there. For the Badgers. They answer Middlebury. Turnover stolen away by Chase. The long pass. Adrian pulls up, lays it in. Ron Adrian. Tarantino to Daly. Matt will dunk it home. So Tarantino sensed the double team, and Daly rams that one home for the bucket to make it a 14-8 contest. Adrian with all 14 points for the Badgers. Or excuse me, all 8 points for the Badgers. Tries another 3, got it. So Ron Adrian with 3 3-pointers makes it a 3-point game, 14-11. Ron Adrian came into the game averaging 9.5 points. Already has 11. Jones pulls up inside the elbow. Good. Brian Jones. Forgotten shot in basketball, that 15-foot pull-up. Jones knocks it down to make it a 5-point game. Panthers have already used 9 players, and 7 of them have scored. Merriman, the only one with more than 1 bucket. He has 5 points. Demetrius Slade, number 20, into the lineup for the Badgers. For substitution for them. Slade, one of the top scorers, averages 8 points a game. Ooh, nice pass down low to Chase at the shot clock buzzer. He can't finish, but they get the turnover. Slade on the steal. Kahn pulls up, goes to the hole. Tried to swing it back to Adrian, stolen away by Jones to Brown in transition. Here's Jake up and under. No basket. And foul first by Greg Davis on the way through. His first, team's first. Sinnickson back in for Middlebury. Henry Pendergast also in for the Panthers. Checking in number 15, Michael Dominique for Johnson State. In addition to the roster recently from Miami. Sinnickson up and in, and he'll go to the line. Dylan Sinnickson picks up his second bucket and will go to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play. Foul is on Slade, his first, team's second on the Badgers. So here's Sinnickson with 1 shot. First trip to the line for the Panthers, he's got it. Sinnickson, rare non-double figure outing in the win over Conn College. Had just 8 points, but he's been excellent from the free throw line, now shooting, or came into the game shooting 77% from the stripe, 41 for 53. You want your big guys who can shoot well from the free throw line. It's a heck of an advantage for a team, and it's been a secret to Middlebury's success this year. Dominique to the hole. It's stolen away by Tarantino and Daly, and there's Pendergrass to Jones. Henry swings it around to Sinnickson. Dillon drives to the hole, gets the roll. So Sinnickson, 7 early points. Panthers, their biggest lead, 10 points. Was a 3-point ball game. Middlebury 14-11. Middlebury's run off 7 straight. Here's Kahn, left side, over to Davis. Kahn, Davis, Dominique, Slade, and number 12, Wyatt LaRose out of Enosburg into the lineup for Johnson. Pulling up Dominique, no good. Sinnickson with the rebound. Here's Jones in transition. Bryan to the hole. Can't get it to go, but he'll go to the line. It's on the field, Dominique, number 15, his first. Team's third. Timeout called by Johnson State. Second one used by the Badgers. Scoreboard clock has the timeouts off. So it's 4 timeouts, 4 of the 6 left for Johnson State, and all 5 left for Middlebury. 30-second timeout call by Tommy Verdell here. Jones will go to the free throw line coming off that 11-point career-high outing on Sunday, and Sunday's win over Connecticut College. Jones 5 for 9 from the stripe. Yeah, Bryan was 4 for 5 from the floor, 2 for 4 from the line, hit his lone 3-point attempt. 11 points in just 9 minutes against the Camels. Misses the first. He'll obviously get the other on the shooting foul. Second free throw for Jones, gets the roll. So Bryan makes 1 of 2. Middlebury now is doubled up. Johnson State 22-11. Linden State will be Middlebury's opponent a week from tonight. Play University of Maine Fort Kent here on Saturday at 1 p.m. at Pepin Gym. Here's Kahn. Panthers showed a double on him. Tarantino now drops back on Dominique. 11 on the shot clock. Kahn goes to the hole. Corner. LaRose's three, no good. Sinnixon with the rebound. Fed it in traffic, and it's stolen away. Good hustle play by Slade. Dominique at the free throw line. Picked up his dribble quick. Badgers, though, reset. Here's Davis back into the ball game, and we've got a foul away from the ball, and I believe might be on LaRose.
Offensive foul number 24.
It's actually on Kahn, who's screening for LaRose, so Kahn picks up a foul. His first, team's fourth. Last thing that Coach Tommy Verdell wants his team to be aggressive, but does not want any extra fouls tonight with a kind of a short bench. It's a much bigger Middlebury team as well. Daly on the loose pass, picks it up and lays it in. Matt Daly, second bucket underneath. Panthers now lead it by 13. This is the third NESCAC foe for the Badgers, and they faced the medal early on. They road losses to Williams and Amherst. And it's their last non-league game of the season, just NAC games the rest of the way for the Badgers. It was a nice dump down. Dominique, he missed the layup. Feed from LaRose. Here are the Panthers back in transition. Tarantino, nice pass to Sinnixon, and Dillon lays it in. 9 points for Sinnixon to start here. Panthers now shooting 67% as Tarantino on the steal with the flush. Tarantino, his first bucket. Panthers now 12 for 17 from the floor, close to 70%. Taking advantage of 7 turnovers by Johnson State. Here's LaRose, flex cut. Wyatt lays it in, got it. Wyatt LaRose with the bucket. Stop the Middlebury run. Sinnixon, though, quickly the other way. Banks at home, 11 points. Pendergast in transition. Quickly answered off the LaRose bucket at the other end. Sinnixon steals this one, and Dillon will go in for the two-handed jam. And the Panthers now lead it by 19.
After the basket, technical foul called on Dylan Sinnixon, number 41.
Technical foul now on Sinnixon for maybe a little extra effort on the rim. Got to question that a little bit.
It's a Class B technical foul, which does not count as a personal or
It's not a personal or a team foul. Thanks for Dan Shepardson on that, helping with that announcement. So LaRose will go to the line to shoot 2. Would have been the Badgers' ball anyway, and they still will have it.
Wyatt LaRose is at the line, shooting 2.
LaRose makes them both. So LaRose off the bench with 4 points. Just he and Adrian have scored for the Badgers. Adrian with LaRose with 4, and with the other 11, Ron Adrian. And Adrian's back into the game for Johnson State. So it's LaRose, Adrian, Slade back in. Terrence Manning, number 3, makes his first appearance, and Mason Phillips, a starter, is back in for the Badgers. Adrian to the hole, can't get it to go. Merriman with the rebound. Here come the Panthers in transition. Adrian thought about the 3, pulls up. LaRose flex cut. Foul line, looks back for for Manning. They reset, but Brown with the steal. Jake lays it in, and he'll go to the line. Manning got crossed up in the backcourt, and Jake Brown pilfered Manning, picks up the steal and the bucket, and he'll go to the free throw line. Manning, his first foul, the team's 5th for the Badgers. Jake misses the free throw. LaRose with the rebound. In transition, here's Manning to Adrian, to LaRose up top. Here's LaRose, top of the key, checked by Sinnickson. Kick it back to Slade. Slade down low, and it's stolen away by Brierly. Here comes Middlebury right back. 10th turnover forced by Middlebury, but they turn it over the other end on the run out. Here's Manning, back for it Merriman, but Manning off the window nicely, lays it in for the bucket. Panthers have committed now 6 turnovers. Johnson State 10. Middlebury with an 11-5 edge on the boards. It's to the hole, laying it in. Good, Jake Brown, and he'll go back to the free throw line. Foul is on Demetrius Slade. 2nd, team 6th. Middlebury shooting a blistering 76% from the floor. A lot of layups. Brown knocks down the free throw. Panthers lead by 20. Middlebury 16 for 21 from the floor, 2 for 5 from three-point range. Johnson State at 8 for 16 from the floor, of 3 of 6 from three-point range, all by Ron Adrian. Here's Adrian, top of the key, and he turns the ball over on a carry. Tarantino will check back in for the Panthers. Has also came in the last dead ball. So it's Huff on the floor for Middlebury. Huff, Brown, Brierly, Tarantino, who started tonight, and Merriman. Sinnickson checks out. Dillon with 13 points here in the first half. Brown pulls up from 15, around and out. Merriman there lays it in. Hunter Merriman on the backside. Cleans the glass. The Panthers lead by 22, their biggest lead. Chase, LaRose, Adrian, as well as Phillips, and number 11, Mason Phillips into the game. Adrian will pull up for 3. Got it. Ron Adrian, his 4th three-pointer of the game for the Badgers. He has 14 points. Beg your pardon, Terrence Manning is the 5th Badger on the floor. Here's Brierly. He's to Merriman up top. Connor Huff looking for Tarantino. He'll pull up from 3, no good. Nipped off the rim, rebound Chase, and here comes Johnson State right back. Manning pulls up for 3, good. Terrence Manning, his first bucket. 5th three-pointer of the game for the Badgers. Cut it to 16. Merriman, he'll try a 3. Got it. Hunter Merriman, his 2nd three-pointer of the game. He has 10 points, double figures for Merriman. Stepping in Manning, taken away by Brown. Here's Jake. Jake going coast to coast, body by Adrian, and Jake will go to the free throw line. And I believe he'll shoot 1 and 1. Foul is on Adrian. That's his first, team 7th. So Brown will go to the free throw line, shooting 1 and 1. Jake's 1 of 2 tonight. Brown's come into the game at 58%. Makes the first, will earn a second. Jake now with 6 points. Had a career high 14 assists. Went over Wesleyan, including 11 in the first half. Had 13 assists before he even took a shot. On Friday. Took the Panthers' first shot, of course, on Sunday against Conn College. So Jake checks out, and Jones is back in for Middlebury. Jake has 7 points to start here in the first half. This is the third of game for Middlebury against a non-conference game in a row, or second of 3 games against the Vermont State schools. They've already defeated Castleton, a NAC foe of Johnson, and as I mentioned, have Linden State here on Tuesday. This one's stolen away by Corey Chase out of Milton, Vermont, former member of the Yellow Jackets. Ooh, nice catch by Adrian in traffic, and his shot misses off the window. Hustle rebound by Chase, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Corey Chase for as Merriman picks up the foul, his first, just the 4th on the Panthers. Chase shoots 2. He's the one of 2 players to start all 15 games. Senior out of Milton makes the first, his first point of the game. Liam Naughton checks in, his first half action of the season. Merriman checks out. Hunter with 10 points to start. Second free throw no good by Chase. So it's Pendergast, Daly, Naughton, Tarantino, and Jones on the floor for the Panthers. We lead it by 20. Jones pulls up for 3, no good. Daly battling the rebound. Tarantino comes up with it, and he gets bumped by Phillips on the way through. And Tarantino will shoot 1-1. That's the first on Phillips, 8th on the Badgers. Tarantino already with the bucket tonight. Is 5 for 8 from the stripe this season. Make it 6 for 9. He'll get another. Freshman out of Dedham, Mass, Buckingham, Brown, and Nichols. Hustles after the rebound, and I think it's going to remain Middlebury basketball. It is. So Tarantino makes 1 of 2, but good hustle play in the far corner, battling with Adrian, and it's Middlebury basketball. Liam Naughton out of Darien, Connecticut, sophomore guard. Checks it into Pendergast. Henry. Baseline pull-up by Tarantino, no good. Adrian traveled, though, on the rebound. Jones, kind of a roadblock right there at the foul line. Adrian thought pass, but wasn't able to get the dribble down in time. So Middlebury on the turnover gets a fresh clock. Jones to Naughton. Liam pulls up for 3, no good. And with the rebound, Manning for Johnson State. Manning pulls up, long 3-pointer, no good. Naughton with the rebound. Panthers in transition. Here's Pendergast. Henry. Jones thought about the drive in the baseline, pulls it back out. Naughton swings it to Tarantino. Down low to Pendergast. He keeps it alive to Daly. Naughton now pulls up from 3. Good ball movement by Middlebury to Pendergast. His 3, no good. Rebound with good position is Corey Chase. LaRose to the corner to Adrian. He knocks down his 5th 3-pointer of the first half. 5 trays for Ron Adrian. It's a game high 17. Daly bumped on the way through. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Matt. 2 quick buckets. Extended action for Matt, playing in his 7th game of the season after starting the year with battling injuries. Goes to the free throw line for 2 shots. Daly 3 for 5 to start the season, make it 3 for 6. Second one good. So Daly with 5 points here in the first half. Extended minutes for Matt. Panthers lead it by 19. 17 of the 27 for Johnson State, scored by Ron Adrian with 5 3-pointers. Shot clock is off with 27 seconds left in the half as officials conferring on it. Was a turnover to Johnson, the Middlebury basketball. They do confirm that. So Panthers will spread the floor, play for one shot here. Shot a blistering 62% here in the first half. Pendergast out of the double team, comes up with it to Naughton. He'll pull up for a three-pointer. Good. Liam Naughton has the horn sound. He'll be the first one in the locker room for the Oranges. And Naughton makes it 49-27 here at the break, his first three-pointer of the game. And his first three-pointer of the season for Liam Naughton. Beg your pardon, his third three-pointer of the season. So the Panthers, excellent effort from the floor tonight, shooting 64% from the floor, or 63% from the floor, rounded down. 19 for 30, 7 for 11 from the free throw line. They've made 4 3-pointers in 11 attempts. And they've turned the ball over just 7 times while forcing 14 on Johnson State. Badgers with 27 points, 41% from the floor, 9 for 22 backed by 6 for 10 from three-point range for the Badgers, including 5 by Ron Adrian, 3 for 4 from the line. Panthers out, much taller Panthers out rebounding Johnson State 17-10. And have 2 players in double figures. Dylan Sinnickson with 13. Hunter Merriman with 10. Jake Brown also with 7 points and 4 assists. And game high 17 points of back Johnson State. Ron Adrian was the 17 on 6 for 10 from the floor, 5 for 6 from beyond the arc. So with Middlebury leading by 22, we're going to take a break here at halftime. Panthers lead in-state rival Johnson State 49-27. We'll be back with second half action and the official home of Middlebury College Athletics. Quick look at the full box score. For individual scoring, Middlebury with 49 points, led by Dylan Sinnickson with 13, Hunter Merriman with 10, as you mentioned before the break. Sinnickson at 6 for 9 from the floor, Merriman 4 for 4. Jake Brown also with 7 points, 4 assists. Matt Daly off the bench with 5. 3 points on a hoop and a foul free throw by Nick Tarantino. and a three-pointer by Leah Naughton, and with a two-point basket, Connor Huff. Panthers total of 49, shooting 19 for 30, 63% from the floor. Johnson State really led by the hot hand of Ron Adrian, and they offense, 17 points, 17 of their 27, 6 for 10 from three-point range, 5 for 6 from, or 5 three-point range, 6 for 10 from the floor overall. Also checking in the scorebook, Terrence Manning with 5, 2 and a 3. Wyatt LaRose with 4 points on a bucket and 2 free throws. In Corey Chase with 1 point. Johnson State shooting just 9 for 22, 41% from the floor. Actually, that's about average, but based on 6 for 10 from three-point range. Middlebury out rebounding the Badgers 17-10. Tarantino with a game high 5 boards. Corey Chase has 4 of the 10 rebounds for the Badgers. Original starters on the floor for Middlebury: Jake Brown, Dean Brierly, Hunter Merriman, Connor Huff, and Dylan Sinnickson for Middlebury. Greg Davis, Ron Adrian, Corey Chase, Asim Khan, and Mason Phillips. Original starting 5 for head coach Tommy Verdell. Verdell's 3rd year at Johnson State, taking over for Mike Osborne, who's now the head coach, boys coach at Champlain Valley Union High School in Heinsberg. And three-point bid from the corner, good. Corey Chase. So now 7 for 11 from three-point range are the Badgers. Coach Tommy Verdell, familiar to the NESCAC, was an assistant at Bates before coming over to head job at Johnson State. Sinnickson with a hoop on the drive. He now has 15. Fouls on Chase, second on Chase, first on the Badgers in the second half. Just Demetrius Slade with 2 fouls for the Badgers, who had 9 in the first half. Brown on the steal. We've got an injury. Picked off the pass. Jake with the bucket. Nixon missed free throw. I think kind of turning the ankle was Mason Phillips, and he checks out. A nice round of applause. And Demetrius Slade checks in. Phillips. So Panthers lead by 23. Good foul away from the ball. Offensive foul.
Offensive foul on number 20, Demetrius.
And it's on Slade. That's his 3rd. Second on the team. He's the lone player in any foul trouble for either team, now with 3. Panthers had just 4 personals as a team in the first half. None of the Panthers with more than 1. Brown to Huff. Connor will take the elbow jumper. No good. Good block out Chase. And here comes Khan. Held scoreless in the first half. Asim Khan, the team's leading scorer. Number 24. Of course, Adrian went off with 17. Chase around and out. Rebound to come the Panthers in transition. Brown swings it to Sinnickson. Dylan now will drive. Merriman, long three-pointer on the kick-out, no good. Sinnickson with the rebound, and he'll go to the free throw line. And if that's on Slade, that's his 4th. It is. 4th personal foul on Demetrius Slade. Team's 3rd of the half. It was Slade who came in for the injured Phillips. Sinnickson misses the first. And now checking in will be Mifil Dominique out of Miami. Joined the team recently. Had an excellent debut in their Johnson State's win over Green Mountain College. 8 for 11 from the floor, 20 points for Mifil Dominique. Sinnickson makes the second. Dylan now 2 for 4 for the game from the free throw line, 1 for 3 in the second half. Kahn with his first bucket of the game. He averages 13.4, scoreless in the first half. Panthers swinging around. Brown with it against the Johnson State zone. Briley Merriman will try the long three. Good. Hunter Merriman knocks that one down. His third tray of the game, and he has 13 total. Hunter now 5 for 6 from the floor. 3 for 4 from three-point range. Sinnixon 7 for 10 from the floor. Here's Adrian, far side. Adrian 6 for 10, 5 for 6 from three-point range for Rod. Adrian pulls up for a 2, knocks this one down. So Adrian now with 19 points. The Badgers cut it to 23 points. The deficit. Huff, another elbow jumper. Connor was good on that one. Second basket of the game, and Middlebury answers. Here's Kahn against Middlebury's man-to-man. Pair of 24s. Huff takes Dominique. Defensively, Briley checking Adrian. Brown with the steal on Davis. Here's Jake with the lefty layup. Good. Jake Brown. Second basket of the second half. And now he has 11. At least 3 of his 4 baskets have been on steals off turnovers. Both of them this half have resulted in steals, coast-to-coast layups for Brown. Adrian will step into this one from the foul line, follows a shot in, tipped it and missed. Merriman with the rebound. Here's Brown in transition. Panthers wait. Waits set up in the half-court offense. Briley now to Huff. Connor in the lane. Good. Connor Huff. 6 points. Middlebury 29-point lead, their biggest of the game. Badgers knew they had their hands full. Came into the game at just 2-12, although they snapped a 5-game losing streak with their win on Saturday over Green Mountain, 94-90 in overtime. And Kahn is charged for the turnover, 5-second violation for not advancing the ball. So another turnover by the Badgers. And that's their 19th of the game. Sinnixon for 3, good. Dylan Sinnixon with his first tray of the game. And Dylan with 19 points now, right around his average. Came into the game 4th in the NESCAC in scoring and 2nd in rebounds. To the hole, up and under move there by Slade. Rebound Sinnixon. Here's Brown in transition for the Panthers. Pulls up, good. Jake Brown, 6 points in the second half. Now has 13 in the game. Panthers now doubled up. Johnson State with 14 and change to go. 68-34. Panthers double team at midcourt. And the foul on Jake Brown. That's his first. First of the second half for Middlebury. He committed just 4 in the first half. Dominique to Kahn. Panthers man-to-man. Still the starters in. 6 minutes into the second half. Pulling up Adrian. He's had the hot hand. Knocks this one down. Second bucket here the second half. And Adrian now with 21. Sinnixon to the hole. Blocked by Dominique. And it'll be Johnson State basketball. Sinnixon landed out of real estate with the ball. So block shot by Dominique. Freshman out of Miami, just in his second game for the Badgers. Dominique now pulls up free throw line, no good. Sinnixon with the rebound. Dillon now with 7 boards. Huff will try a 3, no good, too short. Sinnixon yet another rebound. 3 straight for Dillon. Finds Brierly. Now Sinnixon will go to Merriman. Tipped away by Slade. Be Middlebury basketball. Panthers with the original starters still in there. Brown, Huff, Brierly, Merriman, and Sinnixon. It's Adrian, Chase, Davis, Kahn, and Slade for the Badgers as Jake Brown rattles in a 3. Jake with 9 in the second half and 16 in the game. It's a new career high for Jake Brown with 16 points. And Adrian launches another 3, the hot hand. That's his 6th three-pointer of the game as Brown goes coast to coast. No good. On the run out, it's stolen away by Merriman. Panthers now will settle it as Brown pushes it. Jake gets it back, goes to Sinnixon down low, and Dillon lays it in. Brown with the assist. Sinnixon now with 21 points, 8 rebounds for Sinnixon. Middlebury's 34-point lead, the largest of the game. Smaller roster, Johnson State just can't run with the Panthers. Adrian to the hole is fouled on the way through. And it's on Dean Brierly, his second on Middlebury. Line change for Middlebury. Checking out the starters into the game. Tarantino, Brian Jones, Pendergast, Matt Daly, and number 22 making his first appearance, Jack Yale. Inbounds pass knocked away by Tarantino. They'll try it again. And now this time Tarantino steals it away. Here's Pendergast in transition to Daly. Matt running the floor, lays it in with the left hand. Daly now with 7 points, season high for Matt. Pendergast with another assist, Henry with 4. Adrian, foul line jumper by Slade, good. Demetrius Slade, his first bucket of the game. Staying in there with the 4 fouls. 2 players at the bench. Down low to Daly, using the basket as a screen, lays it in. He's got 9 points. And we've got a timeout on Johnson State. That's their third they've used. 3 left for the Badgers. Middlebury full complement of 6. Panthers lead at 77-41. And Middlebury shooting a blistering 66% from the floor tonight. 7 for 16 from three-point range. First horn went, but it is a full timeout, not a 30. Now we're ready to go. Kind of a light, looking at the NESCAC scoreboard, Tuesday night, midweek games, kind of a light action. Halftime, it was one other game in men's basketball. It's Colby with a 31-26 lead over Maine Maritime. The game at Colby, actually 41-28 at the half. Colby with the lead. And Middlebury, no report, is at Smith tonight. Try to get a score on that one. Actually, we do have a score, 14:48 to go in the game. It's Smith with a 33-26 lead over Middlebury. 2-point attempt by Adrian, no good. Middlebury in transition. Tarantino can't find the handle on it. Gets it back, though. Down low. Gale misses the first and gets his own rebound. Jack Gale will go to the free throw line, the 6'5" freshman out of San Francisco. Fouls on Adrian, his second, fourth on the Badgers. Gale will go to the free throw line. And he's now a perfect 5 for 5 in his career from the stripe. Panthers have played 11 players, and all but Pendergast have scored. 10 of the 11 Panthers are in the scorebook. Pendergast, though, Henry has contributed well. 4 assists. Oh, blocked by Daly. Can't squeeze it before it goes out of bounds. With a couple of players like Gale and Liam Naughton seeing extended action, Pendergast as well. These games are good for the Middlebury in that aspect. Particularly good for Matt Daly as well. Really getting himself back into shape. Played more and more each game. Daly in the first half played 10 minutes. Came in with 12 to go here in the second half. And picks up a rebound as the shot clock winding down. And Pendergast in transition to Jones. Brian lays it in. Another assist for Henry Pendergast. And Jones picks up the bucket. That's his second, 5 points going along with a free throw. As mentioned in the open, Panthers playing without Matt Santamore, who had an ankle injury late in the College game. Might be out for the main Fort Kent game as well. Next NESCAC game for Middlebury is laying that one in his Slade on the second chance. NESCAC action for Middlebury is January 30th, so a week from Saturday when they travel to Williams. And so that might be the target date for Matt. Although the Linden State game might be in order as well. Chris Churchill for Middlebury is in the lineup, or dressed tonight after missing several games with an injury. Jones runner. Tarantino, though, on the finish. Nick now with 5 points. Offensive putback for Tarantino. Middlebury now leading by 40. Panthers high on the season, 101 points. At 97 against Wesleyan on Saturday, 94 against Castleton last week. So foul on Jones caused the stoppage. His second, team's third. Up top, Terrence Manning for Linden. Manning, Adrian, Kahn, Wyatt LaRose into the game. As well as Demetrius Slade. 3-point bid, no good there. Rebound, Daly. Here's Pendergast in transition. Henry dish to Jones, and he lays it in. Jones was on another assist from Pendergast. And for Henry, that's assist number 6 on the game. Career high for Henry, junior. Career high in scoring, 6 points. Played more and more this season, especially lately, averaging around 8 minutes a game. To the hole, Kahn, lefty runner, no good. Tarantino with the rebound. Here's Pendergast again in transition. Tarantino will try it from 3, no good. Daly squeezes the rebound, and Middlebury now will reset. Gale shot from the baseline, no good. Kahn on the run, coming back for Johnson. Tarantino knocked it away, but right to Slade, and he lays it in. His 6-point all in the second half. A break for the Badgers there. Not a lot of them in this game. Tarantino to Gale. Jack Gale off to Jones. Pendergast spies Tarantino down low from the lane. The hook, no good. Jones got a piece of it, but Slade clears the boards. Here's LaRose to the hole, and waiting for him, taking the charge, Henry Pendergast. So fouls on Wyatt LaRose, his first, team's fifth. 4 substitutions for Middlebury. Chris Churchill returns to the Panthers lineup after missing several games. Jack Daly also in. Number 15, Adisa Majors is in. Number 44, his first appearance of the night. Liam Naughton, who had a three-pointer in the first half, also in. And Jack Gale remains in the lineup. Checking out Pendergast, Daly, Tarantino, and Jones. LaRose, nice dish to Dominique, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Panthers foul number 15, Jack Daly, his first.
So Daly picks up the foul.
Fourth team foul.
Fourth on Middlebury, his first. The field, Dominique scored 20 in his collegiate debut against Green Mountain. Looking for his first tonight. He's got it. Dominique out of Miami, Florida, I believe South Plantation High School. Second free throw, air ball. So it's Churchill, Jack Daly, Naughton, Majors, and Gale on the floor for the Panthers. There's Naughton up top. Naughton with a three-pointer to close out the first half. And we've got a foul down low. I believe it's on Majors. And that's Adisa's first. Team's fifth. Vernon Slater, number 23, on the floor for Johnson, his first time. So it's Johnson, LaRose, Dominique, Slade, and Terrence Manning. LaRose drive the lane, up and under, got it. Wyatt LaRose with the bucket, he has 6 points. For the Vermonter out of Enosburg Falls, Enosburg High School, played for the Hornets. Division III power in Franklin County. Chris Churchill with a bucket. Gale on the assist. And we've got a turnover here on Johnson State. Panthers remain home. This is their third of 5 straight at home after playing just 3 of their first 12 to start the season at home. A foul here on Vernon Slater, 5'10" freshman guard out of Washington, D.C., Dunbar High School. He and Slade were teammates at Dunbar last year. Teammates at Johnson State this season. Panthers will remain home Saturday. At 1 p.m. start, will play UMaine Fort Kent, an USCAA team from Fort Kent, Maine, as far north as you can get in the state of Maine. Farther north than Brad Neto's hometown of, I believe, Caribou, the Holton area. Up and under, move by LaRose, got it. LaRose, Enosburg kid, speaking of northern Vermont, he's as far north as you can get. Even more north than Missisquoi Union High School. I guess Richford High is the most northern. As Majors lays it in, assist for Daly. So the Panthers that have seen action tonight, just Daly and Pendergast have not scored, but Pendergast with 5 assists tonight. 6 assists, career high 6 assists. And Daly now with a couple. Contributed in other ways. Yeah, Pendergast with 6 assists, Daly's with 1. Daly with 1. UMaine Fort Kent has a heck of a road trip coming to play Middlebury on Saturday. Then they'll travel back to Maine, way up in the far eastern corner of Maine, to play UMaine Machias on Sunday. Majors down low, can't get it to go. LaRose, a little help there from Slade, clears the rebound. LaRose, a sophomore out of Enosburg. I didn't do my homework, but I think he might be related to the boys basketball coach at Enosburg, Matt LaRose. Done an excellent job there. Former women's basketball assistant coach at Siena, the University of Vermont, and Syracuse. Shot clock, Middlebury possession before the shot clock buzzer came out. Panthers get the steal. Naughton, Gale will pull up. Daly pulls up, knocks down the three. Jack Daly with the bucket. He's in the score sheet. Panthers at 92, and we've got a foul here to stop the clock.
Panthers foul number 33, Liam.
Fouls on Naughton, his first. Team 6th on Middlebury. 6 fouls for Johnson State, so both teams will in the bonus, in essence. Possession arrow favors Middlebury. 3:22 to go. Panthers, who won 10 straight to start the season before their lone 2 losses, have pretty good shape here to win their 4th straight. Prove to 13-2. Naughton can't hang on. And Jack Daly pulls up for 3. Got it. Jack Daly back-to-back threes for Middlebury, and finding his stroke back. Started the season 1 for 15 from 3-point range, and now has hit 2 in a row. So I think if water seeks its own level, Jack will hit at least 3 more in a row. Come in around 35%. Here's LaRose up top. LaRose long 3 wild there. Actually got some rim. Oh, nice play down low. Dominique lays it in. Unselfish play by Manning. Field Dominique with his first bucket, has 3 points. LaRose with the steal. And they go to Dominique, and he pulls it back out. Couldn't handle it going to the hoop. LaRose now drives baseline. The floater, no good. Rebound Majors. Daly, Gale, Majors, Churchill, and Naughton on the floor for Middlebury. Churchill with the righty hook in the lane. Good. Second bucket for Chris. Getting his sea legs back after missing 4 or 5 games. Here's LaRose to Slater. Vernon Slater on the floor. LaRose, Slater, Slade, Manning, and Dominique for Johnson. Up and under, and going to the free throw line will be Terrence Manning, drawing the foul on Naughton. So Liam picks up his second, 7th on the team. 2-shot shooting foul either way for Terrence Manning. Manning, who has 5 points all in the first half, make it 6 now. Manning out of Providence, Rhode Island, makes the second. So Manning now with 7 points. Slade tips that one away. Middlebury will reset, taking it out in front of the Panthers bench. Mentioned the 2 Vermonters on the Johnson State roster as Naughton pulls up for 3. Good. Liam Naughton with his second 3-pointer of the game. Career high 6 points now. Picks up Daly. Gale picks up the steal to Daly. Majors running the floor with his second bucket. And Panthers now have over the century mark, 102 season high, 102 points for Middlebury. One other notable Vermonter on the Johnson State bench is Beverlis Robertson, their assistant coach, whose daughter plays on the Johnson State women's team. His two sons, Manny and BJ, were also excellent college players, all out of Burlington High School. Beverlis, longtime AAU, an assistant high school coach in the Burlington area, AAU and mini metro coach. Spent one season as the coach, or about a month or so, as a coach of one Allison Bosley, Allie Bosley, my daughter. Beverlis, one of those basketball volunteers in the Burlington area. Nice to see him on a college roster. So Slater will go to the free throw line and shoot 1-1. Misses the first. And the Panthers will run the clock out. So Middlebury scored early and often, and runs their record now to 13-2 on the season with a 102-54 victory over Johnson State. Panthers will next play here at Pepin Gym. Next game will be here at Pepin Gym on Saturday, taking on Maine Fort Kent at 1 p.m. Middlebury shot a blistering 64% from the floor tonight, 41 for 64. And of the 41 field goals, they had 27 assists. Panthers shot 10 for 21 from three-point range, 48%, and out-rebounded Johnson State 36-20. The Badgers 20 for 48, 42% from the floor, way better than Middlebury's opponent average of 36%, based on 8 for 15 from three-point range, including 6 three-pointers from Ron Adrian. But the Badgers hurt by 24 turnovers, and Middlebury, with their excellent depth, pull away with the victory. Leading scorer for the Panthers was Dylan Sinnickson, 9 for 13 from the floor, including a three-pointer, 2 for 4 from the line, also 8 rebounds, 21 points for Dylan. Jake Brown, career-high 16 points, along with 7 assists for Jake. Shot 6 for 8 from the floor. Hunter Merriman chipped in with 13 points and 4 rebounds. Matt Daly off the bench, season-high 9 points for the big guy. Extended minutes, also had 6 rebounds. He was 4 for 4 from the floor. Brian Jones with 7, Connor Huff, Jack Daly, and Liam Naughton with 6. Nick Tarantino with 5, Churchill and Majors with 4 each. Jack Gale with a bucket for 2. Dean Brierley, or Jack Gale, 2 free throws for 2. Dean Brierley, a three-pointer for 3. Dean getting the start tonight. Adrian led all scorers. Ron Adrian led all scorers with 24 points, 9 for 17 from the floor, 6 for 8 from three-point range. And Wyatt LaRose chipped in with 8. Full box score will be available shortly on Middlebury Athletics website, official website. And final score for the final time here on NSN, it was Middlebury 102-54. Thanks for joining us. Can't make it to the game on Saturday. Panthers will tip off right here at Pepin Gym against UMaine Fort Kent at 1 p.m. Once again, thanks for joining us on NSN, the official home of Middlebury College Athletics.